guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie, and today I am in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, checking out the Children of Gettysburg 1863 Museum.
What you to do is to choose one to follow through the museum, and that way you can learn about the battle through their experiences. You don't be
So as soon as you enter the museum, there will be a historian there that will introduce your children to some of the children that really lived in Gettysburg during the time of the battle. They have a little bit of history about them and their ages and their backstory, and the kids each get to choose one of those children, the characters that they're going to follow along. And throughout the museum, there are different areas that will tell you what would have been happening in that child's life at the time of the battle. So that's really cool, especially for older kids that can read and get more into it. It's really cool to kind of follow the child that you picked and see their journey as you go throughout the museum. This museum is really, really well done. It is so nice to have a place like this available in Gettysburg because so much of Gettysburg, the other museums and things like that, are things that children cannot touch. A lot of it is geared towards adults or, maybe older teenagers. But this museum right here is geared especially towards children, toddlers, preschool, elementary aged kids, and everything is hands-on. The kids can touch every single thing in this museum. They don't have to be told, no, don't touch that. And it is great. This is a perfect place to come if you're here in Gettysburg on a trip and you have children with you. This is a place to let them be a kid and get to learn about history through their eyes, through play. That's how children learn. So they could really learn through very interactive, hands-on ways. I love that they even have like dress-up items. Your kids can dress up like children would have been dressed up in the time of the battle. They also have a whole little uniform suit so the kids can dress up in the uniform like the soldiers would have. And there's just so much information. Now, there's still a lot of reading that you can do here. So if you have older kids, there's a lot of reading that they can learn more about. I also enjoyed it as an adult. As a parent, I enjoyed being able to go through and read all of the information on the walls while my kids were playing.
Did you look behind those doors? Did you look behind those doors?
Mommy! Open there, open there, open there. Open.
Your sister's coming.
As you can see, this museum is really a fun place for all ages. The adults are going to have a blast here too. Now, this museum is not super big. We were here for about an hour, maybe a little bit more. I really don't think that you would need more than 2 hours to go through this. So it's definitely not like an all-day event, but just a great little pit stop if you're here on a trip and you have kids with you.
407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war, and we have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate this sacred ground. We cannot hollow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but they can never forget what they did here. For us, it is the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work with which we brought here thus far, which they who fought here have thus far nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from those honored dead we will take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last measure of full devotion. And we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
As you can see, there's many interactive exhibits here. You can dress up like Lincoln and give the Gettysburg Address. You can pretend that you're a nurse on a field hospital taking care of wounded soldiers. They even have a little schoolroom set up that would mimic the time period. And as you can see, we all had a blast. Overall, we definitely recommend coming here on your trip to Gettysburg if you have children with you. This is such a great hidden little gem, and it is definitely worth the time to stop by. The prices are really great. I'm going to leave the link to the website down below so you can check all that out, but I think kids under 5 are free, which is a really great deal. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you've ever been here before, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.